Hi there, everybody. We are live. Wonderful to be with you all. Um, Hi, Vitali. Great to have you. So, hi, Patricia. Hi, Jake. Hi, Lydia. Hi, Oppa. Hi, Manji. And I think that's it for the moment. I'm sure we will get more. Naivete and naive. Naive is an adjective. Naivete is the noun. They are the same. Yeah. Yeah. My naivete is due to my upbringing. Hi, Ronan. Great to have you. Okay, we've been doing this article about people lying to themselves or deceiving themselves. And we were looking at, or they were talking about an experiment where they told a group of people that they were investment consultants. And there were various different types of investment for them to make. However, some of these people, they told them that they would get a commission gave the before they made up their minds about this. The second group, they gave them the different options and let them think about the different options. And the first group tended to choose the options that gave them the highest commissions, even though they were doing this unconsciously. Whereas the second group gave more independent advice. So it's saying that in the first group, the people were deceiving themselves by saying to themselves, well, this really is the best option, and it also happens to give me the most money. But in the second group, their views were more objective. So, hello, Flower. Great to have you. So, from that point, we can continue. The first question should be coming right up. Okay, here it comes. Well, where is it? Where is it? Here it goes. In the second scenario, it would have required a complete change of mind, which would have been harder to justify, authenticate, bear out, exonerate, legalize to themselves. They just couldn't convince themselves that they would be acting ethically. That's once they've made up their mind what the best decision would be, and then after that they're told they will get a commission. So, in the second scenario, this is the one where they tell them after they've made up their minds about the commission, it would have required a complete change of mind, which would have been harder to justify, authenticate, bear out, exonerate, legalize to themselves, and that they wouldn't be acting ethically, he says. Okay, so we're doing pretty well here. Let's look at this. To legalize, to make legal, definitely not. To exonerate, to prove that somebody is innocent, to prove that somebody didn't do something bad. So he was exonerated by new evidence. To bear out, to vindicate, to prove that something is true. Yeah, so the results bear out the theory. To authenticate, to prove that something is authentic. Okay, so we got justify for Vitali, for Ronan, for Oppa, for Manji, for Patricia, for Jake, and for Joanne Lim. Hello, Joanne Lim. Great to have you. And the answer is justify. Yeah, justification. Okay, the justification that it is true. Okay, so they couldn't justify a change of mind to in the advice that they gave, because that would clearly and obviously not be moral. But when they knew about the commission beforehand, then somehow they justified the higher commission example in their own mind. Justify for Lydia as well. Yes, that's great. Okay, in this way, self-deception is the zero article, a and the way of protecting our sense of morality, says Gneezy. It means we can continue to see ourselves as good people, he says, even when our actions would suggest otherwise. Okay, so we've got A and the from Vitali. I love these examples. A and the from Ronan. A from Oppa. Yeah, I'm going to wait for some more examples. Exactly, that's really, really good, Ronan. Yeah, it depends how many ways. Yeah, thank you, Flower. To authenticate a document for it to have legal value. Yes, you have the notary sign that you've seen it. Joanne Lim says A. Okay. Vitali says A would sound more natural though. I think I agree with Vitali. Manji goes for A and the. Lydia goes for A. Jake goes for A. Well, this depends on how many ways there are to protect our sense of morality. If there is only one unique way, then it's the way, because it's the only way. Whereas if there are various different ways, then a way, one of the possible ways. So A is saying one of the possible ones, whereas the is saying the only one. Patricia goes for A or A and the. So A and the. Although A is a better answer. A is definitely the best answer. Okay, so it could be both, but A is probably more natural, but it depends on the only way, but a way, one of the possible ways. So this is a way of doing it, one of the possible ways. This is the way to do it, the only way that works. Okay, thank you, Flower. It's really kind of you. Okay. This form of self-deception, self-trickery, might be most obviously vital, relevant, key, current to financial advisors. But Gneezy thinks it could also be important for private healthcare. So, looks like Vitali's chosen his name. Okay, this form of self-deception might be most obviously, notice, adverb, adjective. Obviously vital, obviously relevant, obviously key, obviously current to financial advisors. But Gneezy thinks it could also be important for private healthcare. Okay, this one looks pretty easy for you. Let's see. Vitali goes for vital, and then he also thinks about relevant as well. Jake goes relevant, Ronan goes relevant, Manji, Oppa, Lydia, and Oppa again for relevant. Yes, but notice, so, obviously current at the present time doesn't fit. Key, a key factor to financial advisors. Joanne Lim goes for relevant here. Let's see, what is this saying? It's saying that this type of self-deception may obviously have a lot to do with relevant, because if it's vital, This is a vital thing for financial advisors. And I think self-deception is not an important factor for advisors. It's got to be relevant. Pertains to the advisors, ORS, financial advice. An advisor is a person, Ronan. Most key. This is the most key element of the thing. I think you probably could. No. Relevant, about the topic, with relevance to the topic of financial advisors. Vital and key say it's an important thing for financial advisors to have. But this is saying that this theory is relevant. It pertains to the field of financial advisors. Yeah, so it's obviously relevant for the researchers, but it's not a key factor of their job. I think it would be a good thing for them not to deceive themselves. Pertinent to, thank you. Yes, Vitali, that's the idea I'm looking for. Despite having good intentions, the zero article, and the and zero article, doctor could unconsciously deceive themselves into thinking the and zero article, more expensive treatment was best for the etc. patient, without even recognizing their self-deception, he says. Okay, so now he's talking about medicine and doctor concomitant with, yes, most concomitant with. It's pretty formal, Patricia, but it works very well. Okay, so we've got some answers here. These are quite. This I think is quite difficult. So, okay. A says Oppa. A and the says Vitali. A and the. A doctor says Ronan. I'm going to let you have a look at this. So, despite having good intentions, doctor could unconsciously deceive themselves into thinking more expensive treatment was best for patient, without even recognizing their self-deception. This is very interesting. I'm going to go through this because this is really, I think, quite a hard question. Okay, firstly, doctor, zero article. We can't use zero article with this doctor. Yeah, so these last ones are not good. I think the best answer is a doctor, generally. Yeah? Because one of the many possible doctors. Although, in this situation, we could say the doctor. And the reason is because we know this is a medical setting. And that's been shown by private healthcare in the previous paragraph. Therefore, we all know that a healthcare situation involves a doctor and a patient. Therefore, we could say, yes, thank you, Vitali. A doctor meaning any doctor, the doctor representing the whole category. So, the first one, the answer is A and the. But A is probably the best answer. Okay. A more expensive treatment. one of the possible more expensive treatments. There are cheap treatments and there are various more expensive treatments. The more expensive treatment, maybe there are two, and he chooses the more expensive treatment, could be a specific one. So both A and the. And more expensive treatment, no article. That also works. Yeah, a whole category, more expensive treatment, into thinking more expensive treatment was best. Yeah, so in this case, it is all three. A more expensive treatment, one of them. And the more expensive treatment of two. The one that is more that is most expensive of the two, and zero article, uncountable. Okay, and then the final one, patient. A patient, any patient, one of the patients, the patient, the whole category, but not patient. Therefore, A and the. Okay, so this was quite a difficult one. Despite having good intentions, a doctor, the doctor, could unconsciously deceive themselves into thinking more expensive treatment, a more expensive treatment, the more expensive treatment was best for a patient, the patient. That was quite a hard one. So A, one of many. The, talking about a whole class of things. No, zero article. Either uncountables or a general concept. And that's how it goes. So, persuading ourselves, persuading others. Perhaps the most surprising consequence of self-deception. I'm going to actually read Vitali's. Okay, Mogadishu update. We picked up a guinea fowl in the village market to keep as a pet the other day. The landlord wasn't happy with that. It gave up the ghost the next day. We think he jinked it. Well, animals can be very difficult. So, hi there, Maria Lazard. Great to have you. Okay. Persuading ourselves, persuading others. Perhaps the most surprising consequence of self-deception deals, concerns, attends, tackles, worries our conversations with others. So we've got concerns for Maria Lazard, we've got concerns for Vitali, we've got concerns for Manji. Okay, so concerns for Ronan as well. Okay, so let's look at these for us. Let me read it. Perhaps the most surprising consequence of self-deception deals, concerns, attends, tackles, worries our conversations. Hi Boris, great to have you. Concerns for Oppa and concerns for Lydia and concerns for Patricia. So, deals, it needs a preposition. Concerns for Jake as well. Deals with, it can't be. Concerns for Joanne Lim as well. Tackles. You tackle a problem. Yeah? You confront a problem. Definitely not. To attend. To give service to. No. Worries. Something worries a person. It doesn't worry a conversation. Yeah? So here, very definitely, concerns. And this is a very good word. Because concerns here means about, is about. Yeah, the consequence of deception, or the most surprising, is about concerns. But also, it has the meaning of worries. So it concerns our conversations. It's about our conversations. And it also implies between the lines that it is a concern, which is why that is a very good choice of vocabulary, because the second meaning also has an overtone, because it's concerning, it's worrying that this self-deception is in our conversations. Okay, so to concern, to be about. According to this theory, self-deception allows us to be more confident in what we are saying, which makes us more persuasive. If you're trying to sell a dodgy, tricky, foxy, corrupt, risky product, for example, you will make a better case if you genuinely believe it is a high-quality bargain, even if there is evidence to suggest otherwise. That's very good. Related to, says Patricia for the previous one. I like that. Okay, so according to this theory, self-deception allows us to be more confident in what we are saying, which makes us more persuasive. If you're trying to sell a dodgy, tricky, foxy, corrupt, risky product, for instance, you will make a better case if you genuinely believe it is a high-quality bargain, even if there is evidence to suggest otherwise. So we've got dodgy for Vitali for Julia Richmond, Maria Lazar goes for foxy, Ronan for dodgy, Oppa for corrupt, Manji for dodgy, Juan Lim for dodgy. Okay. So a risky product is, I think, a dangerous product. Yeah? Risky behavior. And tricky. I wish I could pronounce your name. That, to me, looks like Japanese, but I may be wrong. I don't know what to call you, but you've chosen tricky. Counterfeit. Fake. Jake says you think tricky or foxy. Tricky for flour. A tricky product is a product that is difficult to sell. It's not tricky. Yeah? This is a tricky product. This is tricky to do. A tricky product. Yeah? It's not. It doesn't contain tricks. It means it's tricky. It's difficult. It's intense. Lydia goes for dodgy. Somebody who's foxy is not to be trusted. Also, though, we use Korean. Yu Jong. Great to have you, Yu Jong. Let me write it down. Yu Jong. Great to have you, Yu Jong. Okay. So somebody who's foxy is not to be trusted. We can also use foxy to mean beautiful and sexy. But I think with Vitali's overtone that somebody is not to be trusted. It's definitely not foxy. Foxy Lady by Jimi Hendrix. Patricia goes for dodgy. Isam goes for dodgy as well. Good morning or good afternoon, Isam. Great to have you. Corrupt talks about people. A politician is corrupt. It's great to have you, Yu Jong. It's really good to have you. Yeah. Sexually attractive, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Yeah. She's very foxy. Yeah, you look very foxy in that dress, Patricia. Okay. So dodgy. Something that is... It's not honest. It's rather dishonest. It might not be real. Yeah, this man is a dodgy character. Don't trust him. Yeah, I think that his products are dodgy. I think they're stolen. Yeah, this car is very dodgy. It doesn't work very well. No. Let's see, dodgy, unreliable, something you can't trust. You can't trust either its performance, its honesty, it could be sham, but dodgy has more meanings than that. Something that's tricky is difficult. Is difficult to do. Foxy, no. Corrupt is a politician, and risky means dangerous. Okay. So, dodgy, evasive, untrustworthy. You can't rely on it. Hi Melech. Yes, it was such a dodgy deal. That's a really good piece of English. Dodgy means you can't trust it. It's unreliable. Scarlet. Well, you look very good in it, P. So, this hypothesis was first proposed decades ago, and a recent paper by Peter Schwardman at Carnegie Mellon University provides some deep, wide, strong, stable, husky evidence for this idea. This one's easy. This one's an easy one. You see, at least I do give you some easy ones. Okay, so I don't think we're going to have any dodgy answers to this one. Okay, so we've got strong for Vitali, for Julia Richmond, for Oppa. Let me read it again. This hypothesis was first proposed decades ago, and a recent paper by Peter Schwardman at Carnegie Mellon provides some deep, wide, strong, stable, husky evidence for this idea. Reliable, robust, good, yeah? So, strong for Vitali, for Julia Richmond, for Oppa, for Maria Lazard, for Joanne Lim, for Patricia, for Manji, for Jake. Solid. That's good, Patricia. A doddle. This one was a doddle. Strong for Yu Jong as well. Reliable. Reliable evidence. This is the opposite of dodgy evidence. Yeah, this is... Okay, so what's this word husky? This is completely different. We don't say deep evidence. Let's see, a deep understanding. Wide for Isam. A wide evidence from many different places. It could be, but no. And Lydia goes for strong as well. Tangible. Yes, that's good, Melech. I like it. Very definitely strong evidence. What's this word husky? Stable means something doesn't change. So evidence shouldn't be, you can't call evidence stable. It's either evidence or it's not evidence. Yeah, but no, definitely strong evidence. What about husky? Firstly, notice a husky is a type of dog. Okay, so a breathy voice, a husky voice. Very good, a breathy voice from Vitali and Manji. It's quite a deep voice, a husky voice. If you've been shouting a lot, you could go hoarse. Your voice could be husky, yeah? Okay, I quite like husky voices. I think they sound quite good. Husky voice, like Jean Moreau. Referring to a breathy voice. That's great. I love it. And remember, it's a type of dog as well, which is interesting. Strong for Boris. Yes, Boris. Well done. Like Chance's study, Schwardman's first experiments began with an IQ test. A and zero article. Participants weren't given the results, but after the test was finished, they had to privately rate how well they thought they'd done. So, like Chance's study, Schwardman's first experiments began with an IQ test, one of the many possible IQ tests that exist. Participants weren't given the specific and unique results from their IQ tests. But after the test that they did, the specific one, was finished, they had to rate how well they thought they'd done. So thee for Vitali. Some singers have husky voices. Yes, yes, Manji. Thee for Maria Lazard. Thee for Manji. Thee for Oppa. Julia Richmond goes for thee and zero article. Jake for thee and zero. Joanne Lim for thee. Patricia for thee. Yu Jong goes for thee and zero article. Strong and the participants for Ronan. Hi Manuel, hi Tenerife. Okay, the participants for Manuel. Okay, so let's look at this then. A participants, it can't be A because it's plural. A is singular, is always for one. The participants, the specific participants in this study. So it can't be A and the. But notice, Vitali, we've got we definitely can say participants as well, but participants. I think it's probably lazier with a zero article. Participants weren't given the results. So unfortunately, yeah, the very definitely. But also the and zero article. Sadie's voice in Smooth Operator. Whoops. The and zero article. Particularly Shalom Renyard. It's great to have you, Manuel. Okay, so both the and zero article participants. Some participants weren't given the results. Okay. Okay, so participants, it can be both. I'm going to do one more for you. Okay, this has been great. And we've got 2 questions in it as well. That's really good. So both the and zero article, although the is more formal and probably better writing. Okay, so here comes the last one. They then took a test of persuasion. They had to stand before a jury of charlatan, mock, impostor, copy, untrue employers, and convince the panel of their intellectual prowess, their ability, with a potential €15 reward if the judges believed that they were among the smartest group. Charlatan. Okay. Sade. Okay, thank you, P. So, this is going to be interesting. Maria Lazada goes for imposter and among. Imposter and among for Vitali. Joanne Lim for imposter. Patricia goes for mock and among. Okay, the second question, this part is easy. Imposter and among for Manji. Julia goes for mock and among. Julia Richmond. Ronan goes for charlatan and among. Oppa goes for untrue and among. Shady. Thank you. Thank you, Shady. Thank you, Patricia. I was confused about that. So, untrue and among for Jake and Oppa. And Yu Jong goes for mock and among. Ashu, my name is Alex. Great to meet you, Ashu. Great to have you here. Imposter or among from Lydia. Manuel goes for a jury of mock employees. Yeah. Okay. And Cephalopod goes for imposter among us. Okay. mock, simulation. Keep going with that, Manuel. Yeah? A mock trial. Let's see, an imposter is somebody who pretends to be somebody else. Yeah? But an imposter's very negative. This is just a game, a trial. Yeah? If you're an imposter, you're trying to be somebody that or make people believe that you are somebody you are not. Yeah? An imposter gives the idea of trickery, of something unfair, of something for benefit. A mock has more the idea of pretend, and mock is the right answer. Like Manuel says, a mock interview. Yeah, okay, so this is a mock, yeah, it's pretending. A charlatan is somebody who pretends to be an expert, but actually isn't at all. Yeah, but a charlatan is trying to Sade, yes, Sade, thank you. Okay, a charlatan, a doctor who says, I'm a doctor and I can cure you. But he's not. He doesn't actually know anything about medicine. Untrue is talking about a lie. The statement that you made is untrue. Ayush, it's great to have you. Unfortunately, we've come to the end. Mock it is, very definitely, Manji. Okay, so a mock. A mock is something that is made to look like it. Yeah, but it's not made to convince somebody that it's true. It's a copy. Yeah. Okay, shady, not much to write home about. Okay, so let's see. A copy. No, it's very definitely mock. Something that is a representation of something. And then very definitely among and between. Among. Let's see. Among a group, between needs to be a symmetrical position. Normally the easy explanation is between 2 points. Yeah, between two people. But among, they say for more than two. But you can use between if you are in a symmetrical point between 4 corners. Yeah? Among talks about asymmetry. Yeah? Somewhere lost within a group. Yes, imposters who claim to be members of royal families. Yeah, but this wasn't a mock. Yeah, mock is like pretend. Yeah. Copy, faint replica. Firdaz, great to have you. Unfortunately, we have come to an end. So thank you all for coming. It's been really good to have you all. So let's see. Amongst, yes, definitely. Among and amongst, I think, are interchangeable, Julia Richmond. Okay, so thank you to Julia, to Firdaz, to Patricia, to Renya, to Juan Lim, to Vitali, to Manji, to Ayush, to Patricia, to Manu. Thank you to Renyard. Thank you to Juan Lim. Thank you to Cephalopod. Thank you to Yu Jong. Thank you to Lydia, thank you to Ashu, thank you to Jake, thank you to Oppa, thank you to Ronan, thank you to Manji, thank you Boris, thank you Maria Lazard, thank you all of you, it's been really good. Yeah? So, if judges believe that they were among, yes, among definitely Manu. So thank you all of you. Thank you Yu Jong. I've got your name written down. I will try and remember it for next time. Okay, so it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you all.